crazy out here, y'all. Stay focused. Let's go, KD. Take a look around you, we can find your way, babe. Your way, babe. We can find your way. Yeah, take a look around you, we can find your way, babe. We can find your way. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the rule. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Hey, you the one that say that. You and me go way back. When this whole thing over, I'ma send my invoice payday. You don't wanna say that. You don't want this payback. I keep my composure, this my kingdom, nigga, stay back. We had a couple of moments. You had a choice, nigga, on it. Your real colors, they showing. I'm real, nigga, I'm focused. When I come around, I'm fly with it. Stay moving, do buy with it. New sound, just vibe with it. Same truth and we die with it. I see it like it's an obstacle. I never sit on the fence. Nothing to me is impossible. Music of me to the end. Most of the shit is illogical. All of y'all niggas depend on what they pretend. Just think what you had. Stop looking at trends. You wearing your eyes like it's topical. Clearly now, the pain is gone. The fame is on. And they play my songs. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk. And move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do. I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. New era, I got y'all. Real gang, we pop off, no knockoffs. Open eyes, we watch out. Mobilize, won't cop out. COVID-19 cops out, don't flop now. Open skies, we fly now. New agenda, they try now. Most y'all getting real scared of the headlines when you find out. End game getting real near if you don't.
He's
know,
heating up!
Now, behind the times, government hide behind the lines. Most brands trying to monetize. All of us have to stay inside, don't socialize. Yeah, talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the way. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Who are you?
It's your boy Papa Swole.
So much internalized fat phobia.
We're both going to die.
Damn yous all to hell.
Fat phobia.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Be the people, Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 2590 of the Daily Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and your hoes? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. Today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Eversting K2, flexing on all you bees.
Fucking Catalina wine.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
All right, fam wise. How we doing, beaches? What's going on? Happy Friday, June the 9th, and we are coming to you live from the Swole Hole in beautiful, hot, and balls sweaty Florida. That's right, Swole America, baby. Swole America. All right, make America swole. It's time to make America swole. You know it's true. You know it's true. So smash that like button if you're watching on YouTube or Rumble. Make sure you leave us 5 stars. Fam, how many of you listen to the podcast too? Even if you never listen to the podcast, take a moment right now and leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. The podcast app that you use, I help. It helps tremendously, and I appreciate it tremendously. So make sure you do that also. And of course, all the links in the show notes below to join the fam. We'll talk about that as we get into today's episode. We got a couple announcements before we get started, even before we get into the tip, a little foreplay. We have a big post show coming up right after this public live stream. We got overtime, beaches. We got some fucking OT. We got a brand new drive game. That's right. Inconceivable. I told you during the Swole Year party at the end of 2022, I told you that 2023 was the year of DWG. DWG in 2023. And did I lie, fam? Did I lie? Absolutely not. I wouldn't lie to you. DWG in 2023. There's probably nothing more truer, if that's a term. Nothing more accurate. Nothing more truthful than that phrase. DWG in 2023. If you don't know what driving while gaining is, absolutely, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
How dare you?
There's a lot of classics on the Swolenormous YouTube channel, but we drop brand new ones. We can't post them publicly. You all know this. We can't post these publicly. So overtime is every single Friday after the public live stream. We continue the live inside the Daily Swole Telegram chat. We stream it in Swole TV also, so you can watch at your convenience. So we got the live chat going. We drop some new Balls Deep edits, all those edits that we do in the throwback section in Balls Deep. When we do a throwback, we drop 3 new ones every single week, and we chill. So private stream, private video drops, drive while gaining uncensored features every single week. So make sure you join the fam. We can't post those publicly anymore. That way, we don't get banned. No need to get banned unnecessarily. But also, it can go so much harder in the driving while gaining. So driving while gaining, brand new one. I'm super stoked. This one's fucking lit. This one's lit. And it's so, all these DWGs, because we're pumping them out every single week, they're so timely. They're so present. It's so in the zeitgeist. It's right in the middle of everything that's going on. It's current. It's up to date. It's awesome. Okay. Not only that, fam, it's episode 2590. So you know what that means? P3S7 is just like Annie says, it's only 10 days away. P3S7, S7, the signature series is coming. It's only 10 days away. Nice. That felt good. I liked it.
I gave it
I'm feeling it.
10. A 10.
Feeling
a fucking
it.
10.
All right. P3S7 drops on the date of episode 2600 for 24 hours only. swolenormousx.com/signature. If you want to bookmark that, it's going to go live for 24 hours only. It's a mystery. You're going to love it. And I know we had some setbacks, but all the P3S6 cards, they might even just go out all at the same time. But we're sending them all out. They're on their way. And super stoked for P3S7. We're back on track. We got more envelopes. We got more international. Fucking P3S6 was huge. I didn't want to send out, we had to do it all at the same time. So I had to pump the brakes on that, but we got new shit to send out to everyone. So excited. Don't worry. It's all coming. Swole cards. We have a big ton of new Swole cards coming in the mail. So those of you that are waiting on Swole cards, but Super fire. I can't wait for P3S7. P3 fucking S7. P3. I can't. We just start. It always feels like we just started this. And look at where we are. Look at where we are. All right, let's get into that tip. I just want to give a shout out to Danny. Danny is a longtime member. It's crazy how just 5 years ago, there was never any issues with any of the Drive Mulganing videos, but now all of a sudden they take them down when you blank. I guess you were going to say when you post them. Well, we've posted a couple somewhat recently, but yeah, the censorship is legit, man. The censorship is legit. And there were issues when I was posting videos. It took a long time to get the YouTube channel to pop, but a lot of my videos, my channel's been suppressed on YouTube for a long time. And it's probably because when I started posting, literally, I didn't know about SEO and I didn't know about, I wasn't really, I shouldn't say I didn't know about the tags and searchability and stuff, but I didn't make mainstream content from the beginning. And the early Drive Mulganings, if you don't know, Drive Mulganing started before the Daily Swole. So once those started getting really intense, and there were other intense videos, there was Eli videos, there was a lot of stuff out there. And I actually put swears in the fucking title. I was putting the word pussy and fuck in the actual title. So my shit got flagged and suppressed early on. They're not going to show offensive videos to, new audiences from the start. So that wasn't smart on my part. That was like 2016. And then I started, taking those down and removing them and making them private because, we shifted gears. And then the Brittany Dawn stuff, there's a lot of other videos that blew up. So kind of my content has always been niche and the way I wanted to do it. But the growth has just been because we've fucking forced it in there, right? You can't stop people from sharing videos. This is why I always encourage you to share, like the video. That helps a lot. It helps more than you can ever know. But if you share the video, they can't stop you from sharing it. Even if it's suppressed, if you share it and it spreads like wildfire from shares, they can't stop that. But they're not going to show, me dropping some knowledge cock on someone's homepage. They open up YouTube. They've never been on YouTube before. And it's like, hey, you want some salty sack? And they're like, oh my God. And they get offended and they don't want to use the app anymore. So I don't blame YouTube for not putting my shit on the front page. But, I like to make content the way I like to make content because that's the way I want to do it. I want to make things that I like to make. And then if people like it, they like it. And if they don't, that's fine. That's fine. But a lot of people have found the content from Drive Mulganing. Amelia says, I remember I found you because of your Drive Mulganing videos. Yes. Yes. I just can't put the new ones up there. I don't mind the old ones staying up there, but the new ones, you guys know this. Today's video, today's video could probably be posted publicly. But some of the other ones, whoa, you guys know that. You guys know that. You can't, you guys know we can't get into some of the new DDOGs. Okay, we have the Tainty Man. Oh my God, what is this? What is this? The pile of shirts has eclipsed the taint. Hold on a second. Emergency. Okay. I have so many. I told you guys I broke the closet, so all the shirts are just piled up on the floor, and it's even blocking the taint. There we go. And of course, we have the church here. Now, let's get into the tip fam. Let's get into the nut. Let's bust that open. We got a great swole card. Let's have a great show today. Here we go, Beaches. The busting of the nut. Falcon. Let's fucking go. yeah. Tessie, hop in. I gotta get you a new hairdo, Tessie. I gotta get you a new hairdo. Thank you, Leo, for drinking again. Had to fix Tessie's hair so you could see the beautiful, thick, juicy, and sugary horn. Delicious. Hashtag Fef for a chance to win today's Swole card. If you don't know what Fef is, fam, what are you doing today to celebrate Fef? Let's educate some people on what Fef is, because I feel like we have to touch on this now and again. I got the little scroll at the bottom of the screen, and of course, we know that it's cleanup day. So pillar number 1 of the 7 pillars, let me just kick myself off the screen. Pillar number 7, number of the 7 pillars, pillar number 1 is community. So you should always be refining your community, which is another term for environment, what you surround yourself with. Community is just a more accurate term for what's going to be much more important right away. If you start eliminating the garbage people in your life, it's a very effective way to lead into other aspects of your environment. Who you surround yourself with, what you keep in your physical space, even your lighting, the food that you keep around. Community and your environment is everything. So Friday is Fuck 'em Friday. And it's a reminder to address your community. It's a reminder to delete contacts, unsubscribe from shit that doesn't serve you. You know what I'm saying? Just clean house. It's like a spring cleaning, only you're doing it every Friday. And then you could do it every day. You could do it on a Tuesday. I'm not saying that you hang out with shitty people on a Tuesday because it's not Friday, but it's a reminder. Hey, let me just take a little inventory. Might take you 10 seconds. Might take you a minute. Am I surrounding myself with shitty people? Am I bringing crappy people? Am I keeping someone in my space that has no business being in my space? So if you're celebrating Fef by doing anything, if you've actually done something today, let's get into the tip. And I want to read some of your comments because I think it's very important to recognize that we're all humans and we all have to deal with things. And you might be really aggressive with your pillar number 1. You might be really cleaning up shop and taking care of business. But then you meet someone or things change. You just got to be very vigilant. And the good thing is, once you start really focusing on your community and you are actively surrounding yourself with people and things that are only going to be serving you and moving you forward, you get, I don't want to say allergic, but you get very hypersensitive to anything that's negative coming in your life. You see this shit coming from a mile away. You might have had codependence issues. You might have had people or friends or acquaintances that you've kept around for years and years just because you've known them before. So you would see them because you always saw them, and you were friends because you were still friends because you have been friends for the last several years. But friends or acquaintances are often for a time period. And as you grow, if they're not growing with you, guess what? You've outgrown them. You're not that person anymore that you are connecting with. And a lot of times you'll keep hanging around with people from work just because you worked with them for a couple years. Understand, a lot of people don't grow. A lot of people don't develop. A lot of people don't move forward. A lot of people don't make progress. So if you're aggressively improving yourself, you're changing as an individual. And if they're not changing with you, bye-bye. They can't keep up. You can't drag yourself back down because someone else doesn't want to improve. And it's normal to grow apart, but this is growing apart by proxy of someone not, improving themselves and improving for the better. Let me get this beard in focus. That's what I'm talking about, baby. All right, let's see. Wipe yoga. Let's see. Betty Ford, I got my own nut at an antique store and I put a little biche in it. I have it in my gym with my swole cards. I'll post a pic soon. Ooh, very nice. Definitely do that.
Yow.
You got your own nut. Good girl. Good girl. Glenna, I've had to Fef family members drug and alcohol abuse. Fef. Let's keep reading. Keep dropping those things. Keep dropping those comments. Get into the tip. Babe, just an inch. Just an inch. It's cold outside. Cerny says, Fef means throw out the trash that's weighing you down. Facts. Matthew, Fef is like wipe yoga, go above and beyond any limits to wipe the shit out. God damn it.
Dodson, we've got Dodson here.
Too accurate. Too much of a visual. Let's see, Danny, I've been so hardcore at mowing my lawn that I barely have any friends left. Well, look, this is what I did. The best thing that I ever did was go into my contacts. And a lot of you might experience this. You know, when you first got your phone or you first got your Gmail account in like 2002. And you have your phone that syncs contacts, right? You had your first Nokia and you had contacts that synced up with your email list. And then you go from an iPhone. This is what I did. And you go from an iPhone. Then I got an Android for one time, didn't like it enough. So I went back to iPhone. You know, you kind of like drag these contacts with you. And you're typing in a number somewhere. And then your phone suggests a number like, hey, are you trying to call this person? Like, who the fuck? Like, it's someone that you worked with for 3 weeks. And that number just got saved in your Gmail profile or something. So a while back, I kept on getting a new phone. And when you sync your contacts, I would keep on having all these people that I would never talk to, that I would never consider messaging or calling. I don't know why they're still my phone or how it kind of kept on getting kicked back in. So I figured it out. It was in my Gmail and the contacts were syncing through whatever the fuck. And I cleaned it out. I have to go clean out again, but I cleaned it out to like 15 people, 20 people. And it's not that I'm not texting people, but people that are really not that important to me or that don't deserve a lot of brain space. It's just a number in my phone. It doesn't need to say Pete. If it's just some random person, I can get an idea of who that person is from the text message. But if you're getting a message just from a phone number, it's a lot less stressful than if you're getting a message from, you know, your brain. You need to have different rings. You need to have different layers of association with people. Not everyone needs to be your best friend that's you're responding to and you're on call all the time. You got to unplug from your phone, do not disturb, silent, shut this shit down. You don't need notifications. So yesterday I was getting something delivered and I hate this, but I was waiting for a call. So my phone never fucking rings. My phone never rings. I'll call you back if it's important, but my phone never rings. It's always on notifications off, do not disturb and silent. So I had to make sure I was going to get this call. So I turned my phone on, turned, my do not disturb off. So I was getting notifications. Oh my God, the fucking disaster. That's a cell phone, especially if you're going from do not disturb to getting all your notifications. It was like bing, bing. It was just going nuts. Every fucking last thing. It was just crazy. And some people live like that. Your phone's like bing, bing, and you're looking, oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? Turn that shit off or turn off all those, settings and things like that. Some of you need to have certain things on, but if you didn't know that, you could have do not disturb on and you could have certain things on. But if you have really important people like your husband or wife or child or whatever, you could put them on your favorites list and have your settings so those people get through. Certain things will ring if it's very important. But, shut that shit down. F all that nonsense. Amanda, after the podcast yesterday about people hating on those of us who bring our own food, I talked to my friend about how she needs new friends if they are so nasty to her. She feffed them last night. Good for her.
Yow.
The Sand Fam, I have no friends. Aw, I disagree. You're around them right now. Aww. Sandra, even though some friends I had to push back for laughing at me for trying to lose weight and saying stop to the BS. You mean they're giving you bullshit for trying to lose weight? Fuck those bitches. Let's see. Everyone's talking about wipe yoga. Rebecca, coworkers told me to forget my diet and let's go eat shit food. Firstly, I'm not dieting. This is how I eat. There you go. You keep eating garbage and looking like you do, and I'll be over here. Oof, that is awesome. You're getting America for that one. Fuck yeah! That's so important. This is not my diet, fam. This is how I eat. Same thing for me. People ask me, how do I stay consistent and disciplined? Don't you ever cheat? No. You know why? Because I just eat this way. I'm not restricting, so I don't have any impulse to cheat. You can't cheat unless you're restricting, right? Like a boomerang or a slingshot. You can't shoot the slingshot unless you pull back. So if I'm not dieting, if I'm not restricting, then I don't need to cheat. And that's straight up. It needs to be what you do. This is how I eat. And it gets to the point where it's not discipline anymore. I don't need to, oh my God, I need to work out. No, I just do. It's easier for me to work out and eat quality food than it is to not. When the habit becomes so ingrained, it just becomes what you do. It's really not discipline. People look at me or they think about what I do and the way I talk. Oh my God, but don't you have any cravings and don't you want to cheat? And what do? You only eat this? I'm not restricting myself. I'm not hanging myself by like a fucking noose. So I don't have that kind of desire. I'm doing things for the right reasons. I'm completely fulfilled with my nutrition. I enjoy what I eat. I look forward to what I eat. And this is what I do. So there's no need to cheat. I'm not restricting myself. I'm not restricting. Let's see. Bill, I had to FEF my best friend of 8 years from basic training and 5 years in the Army. He is into fitness and eating healthy like me, but he is a toxic female childlike man. Damn. It's sad to lose him. Had to.
Emotional damage.
So 5 years in the Army, he's into fitness and eating healthy, but he's a toxic female childlike man. How come? Served in the military, into fitness and eating well. Why is he childish still? Let's see, Cerny, quick story about the doctor yesterday. She tried to tell me bullshit about cholesterol and red meat. Shut that bitch down quick. At the end of the appointment, she said, "You're healthy," and wanted to feel my bicep. Cerny swinging that fucking femcock. Good for you. Good for you. So she told you this shit and you're like, no, I'm not. And she's like, you look good. You're completely great. Let me feel your arm. So she just like stopped and was like, all right, fine. You're great. Good for you. Let's see. Glenna, people can't believe that there's people that actually enjoy eating quality foods and not crap. Everyone wants trash. Yeah. All addictions. All right. We're into that tip. Let's get into the first Wolfan post. We're in the tip. Just wanted to read a bunch of those comments because I think it was fire. Okay, let's get into the first post. We got a couple here. All right, we got one from Maria. Maria says, "Hello, everyone. I've been freeloading off the podcast since April. My birthday was last week and Join the Fam was my gift to me. It's the gift that keeps on giving. So glad to be here." I think we read this yesterday. It might have been in the other group. But we love us some Maria. It's a great post. Carson, courtesy reminder, stretch and warm up before lifting. Been thinking I have mobility problems and I should stop doing squats. 10 minutes of walking and stretching. Squats are doing great. Now to start moving to that. Well, let's talk about this for a second. Stretching and warm up before lifting. Been thinking I have mobility problems and I should stop doing squats. But instead, Carson took more time to warm up and squats are doing great. So let's talk a little bit about warming up. It's not just, do a little cardio and then jump to squats. You need to do activation exercises. Now, there's a lot of things you can do, and you can get very overwhelmed. I think a lot of you will think about all the things you could possibly do because you watch a bunch of TikTok videos. You'll see the swollen sevens. You'll see the things that I talk about. You'll see some bodybuilder or other person that you admire and you're like, oh, they do these exercises. You see a couple, a quick little TikTok video and then someone's like, hey, how I warm up for a squat day. And you're like, oh, those things. And people are swinging their legs. People are doing lateral tube walking. There's so many things to do. You can almost do a workout before you lift. So the important thing is you want to prepare for what you're doing. So always come back to that. Are you preparing for what you're doing? There's so many exercises you could do to warm up. It depends on what you're doing. Are you warming up for that thing? Right? You could do arm circles. Okay, does that help you before leg day? Doesn't mean you can't do them, but warming up should be, I think warming up should be a different term. I think we should start using I use the term warm up, but we have it in the program just because people know what a warm up means. But I think it should be more like a preparation. Okay, what are you doing today? You're doing a back workout. Cool. What do you need to do to prepare for what you're doing in your back workout? It's that simple. Now, there are times to do corrective exercise and activation mobility, and mobility is exhausting. That's a workout in itself. So you don't want to be doing like tons of resistance and mobility work before your leg day because you're going to be fatigued for your leg day. So if you do mobility workout and you're doing Jefferson curls or you're doing weighted hip flexor work or ass to grass lunges or, you're doing strength training. Mobility is strength training through a full range of motion. You don't want to do that before your leg workout because you're going to be fatigued. You want to do those on other days. And then before your leg workout, all you're doing is you're getting the muscles loose and activating certain things that make you feel the best to prepare those, execute those movements. So remember, there's a time for mobility and there's a time for warming up / preparing for your workout. So you don't need to do every single activation exercise before a chest workout. You just need to do specific ones that get you ready for the movement. So you want to get, essentially it's getting your central nervous system, getting some blood flow to the muscles and that area, and warming up the joints and getting your central nervous system ready for intense training. So you might be doing some spinal twists, maybe some dead hangs. What I like to do before upper body is I swing the club. I don't go heavy. I don't do heavy club swing or mace swing. I grab the 10-pound club. I do some underhand right, underhand left, overhand right, overhand left. And I go do a few to several rounds, maybe a few minutes, just to get a little bit loose, just to get like the decompression, do some dead hangs. And then if it's a back day, I might do a set of pull-ups, and then I'll go right into my warm-ups for whatever I'm doing. You know, I'll start my warm-up sets of pullovers or a high row or whatever it is. So it's really, what are you doing to prepare? So that's not necessarily the time to take out bands and really activate your lower trapezius. You could do one set, but in other words, you want to prepare for the workout, but you don't want to fatigue yourself before strength training. So keep that in mind. You want to make sure you're preparing, but that's not the time to fatigue and to really exhaust connective tissue and things like that. You could save that for a different day, for a different mobility workout. All right. Good stuff. Let's see. No, but you're doing it, man. Carson says, not saying the warm-up cured my mobility issues, just need to be prepared. As you said, yeah, that's great. That's great. I mean, it's a great hack. Carson also says, can we FEF June since Pride took over, move straight to Abraham Washington, birthday July the 4th? Well, it's Jack June. So, I mean, we took over. It's Summer Swole, baby. Massive May, we have jacked June. So, yeah. You could have a day. You don't get a whole month. No one gets enough of the month. I'm done with the months. No more months. No more Black History. No more Pride Month. Even no more breast cancer and like ball sack month. Like no more months. No more months. Enough. There's 365 days in the year. Just take a day. I get it. Take a day. Remember. Okay. But that's enough. People just get days now. We have New Year's Day. You have Christmas Day. You have Easter Day. You have Valentine's Day. You have July 4th. We have Memorial Day. We have Veteran. That's it. You get a day. You have Labor Day. You have, what else? Thanksgiving is one fucking day. People take time off. You get it. Black Friday is a day. I know it's like a whole month now, a week, right? It's a day. It's a day. You don't get a fucking month. You got to hit a hard intense, doing a whole month, it's like cardio. No one wants to do that shit. It's long, a month. People get tired of it. It's over. If anything, do June 1st. Oh, it's whatever. Just enough. Post here from John. John says, fam, I finally bit the bullet and joined Unlimited. I'm currently on week 5 of the 90-day dash, and I feel fantastic. I never realized how much I was neglecting recovery and how recovery can impact every other aspect of my life, sleep, mood, and my performance in the gym, etc. Today, I woke up naturally at 6 a.m. after falling asleep naturally at 10 p.m. the night prior, completely energized and ready to crush it. I took a cold shower, got morning sunlight briefly due to 410 AQI. I don't know what that is, so educate me. Knocked out a few work tasks and proceeded to crush back and buys Ignite all before my coworkers were even awake. It feels great, and I really think I can attribute this energy to incorporating yoga and recovery into my practice, along with all the other great habits I'm currently building. Love you all, and go to the fucking gym. Bicep and Gorilla, John. Good for you, John JAWN. Oh, fancy. I believe it's yawn. I believe it's a soft J. The J
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Ah, that's right. Nancy, air quality index, and Sandra got that. Ah, air quality index. That's right.
Matt Damon.
That's right. Fuck you, Canada. That's right. I'm in Florida, so everything's great. Get Florida, we have it's fine down here. Everyone's like, oh, I can't breathe. It's like, well, you know, they're showing the cities, right? New York and DC and Philadelphia. Yeah, as if your air quality is ever good. So I know the whole New England and East Coast is getting jacked up. But hey, see, you know, it's nice down here in Florida because I didn't even know what AQI is, air quality index. If it was a problem down here, I would know the acronym too. I'm sorry to hear that, everyone, if you're dealing with that. Okay. All right. So a reminder, we don't have any responses for emails. I think we read them all. We got the good ones, but make sure if you have not yet signed up for the email list, go to makeemailswoleagain.com. Links in the show notes below and the description. Sign up for the email list. We got another one going out today, so make sure you get on that shit. I got a burp coming. Hold on. Nice. Nice. All right. We will stretch out your inbox and make your email swole again. Makeemailswoleagain.com. All right. Questions. Let's get a call. If you want to submit a call, if you want to leave me a message, askpapaswolio.com. And if you have a live question, hashtag askpapaswolio. Let's get a call today. Oh, it says Danny. Is this our Danny boy? Oh, Danny boy. Danny boy.
Now, I don't mean to sound like a little bitch, but
no.
I've been starting to cold plunge before I work out, which is like 6 a.m. And I don't know. I don't know if it's just me or this is normal, but pretty much right at like throughout the whole day, I get these crazy like hot flashes. Like I just get so hot and uncomfortable, frankly. So is that normal or does that stop after a while? Or do you even know what I'm talking about? I'm not a bitch.
I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably because you're a bitch, Danny. It's probably because you're being a little bitch. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't want to mince words. No, I'm kidding. Sony says menopause. Yeah, I don't know. It might just be Matt says sounds like something a bitch would say. You fucking bitch. Fucking pussy. Well, here's a couple things. It's funny that you mentioned, Brandon says, I'm so glad he prefaced, I'm not a bitch. I like I'm not a little bitch. I'm not a little bitch. It might just be because after the cold plunge, I mean, relative to that, everything seems hotter. It's been a little bit of a shakeup for me because my cold plunge broke. My chiller was on the fritz. They sent me a replacement part. It didn't work, so they're sending me a whole new one, which is coming in next week. I cannot wait to fucking get into cold plunge. I was pissed because it's so awesome and I love it, but it's frustrating when you can. So cold showers, and down here in Florida, you don't get cold water for that long. It was like 10 seconds of cold. It's not sufficient. So I'm looking forward to it again. Doing cold before a strength training workout is great. I love it. And a lot of times I train outside, so it's a great way to cool off before the intense training, being outside in the sun and the heat. So getting like hot flashes or these hot bursts, I don't know. I mean, if it's relatively new, maybe you just need to adapt to it a little bit more. Maybe your body is just balancing out. Interesting. Maybe try cold plunging again. I guess you don't really want to do it too much. You don't want to do it immediately after your workout. I'm just kind of talking out loud, thinking through it. I don't really have any experience with that kind of stuff. But at the same time, when you experience a cold plunge, a lot of other things just seem hot in comparison. And you just get eager to get back into the cold to ice off. First thing in the morning is amazing. You wake up hot, and I get in the cold, and I feel like I'm like an iron poker that's icing off. Anyone else have experience with that? I don't have a good answer off the top of my head. Let's see. Sandra, Papa's emails are the best. Kicking your ass. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Ryan says, Florida, quote, Florida sucks and we're full. Stay up there with your bad air. Yeah. It's terrible. You're right. You're right, Ryan. It's terrible down here. I don't know why you would. Don't come. Do not come. Don't come to that. It's the only time I'll say that. But don't come. Freddie, what is your opinion on air fryers? Mate of mine just bought one. Heard there are benefits to them. What are they, or is it just bullshit? I've never used one, so I'm going to preface that. Anytime you say the word fry, I'm like, but how do you use it? Do you put oil in it? Can you put beef tallow in it? Are they stainless steel? I would just be concerned. I'm sure there's many different types. I'd be concerned with cheap kinds that have plastic parts that are heating up. That stuff is definitely not going to be good for you. You want to get something that's completely stainless steel. You don't want any plastic heating up and getting around your food. You don't want to be using vegetable or seed oils or olive oils for high temperature cooking. And so I don't really know how they work. I don't use one. I don't see myself ever using one. I have no need for it. But I know a lot of people like it. I don't know how they function, to be honest. It just seems like it's just like an oven, but it's like a tabletop oven. Oh, Nancy says it's basically a convection oven. Alan says it's just bullshit. They're convection ovens. Yeah, all right. Well, it seems like it could be a good thing for someone who has like a small apartment or something easier. You don't have to have a whole big oven and clean out a big oven, and it's maybe less of a preparation thing. Betty, I do sauna and that helped my menopause hot flashes, which seems like the opposite, but it helped regulate my system. Well, it's actually the opposite. So cold will raise your core temperature because your body absorbs and brings all your heat. That's why it's really stimulating, because it raises your core temperature and it's very invigorating, not to mention the dopamine release and things like that. But sauna actually cools your core temperature because your body is trying to give off as much heat as possible because you're in the sauna. Maddie says you don't have to put oil in it, but most of them are plastic. Carson, Papasolio, Rich Piata? You mean Piana? Feeder workouts, light 100 rep. What is that? What? Have been blowing up my YouTube. I tried one last night. It seemed awesome, but that high rep, could it do any long-term damage in your experience? Yeah, junk volume it's going to do damage. So let me clarify a little bit. This can get confusing and this can seem counterintuitive, but let's get to the base of it. What are you trying to accomplish? You're trying to get big? You're trying to get big muscle. You don't want to do 100 fucking reps. That's silliness. You're just exhausting yourself. You might be causing damage, but you're not going to create a stimulus to grow the muscle. You don't need a ton of volume. You just need the proper stimulus. So you need the intensity and you need the consistency and the overload that's going to tell the body, hey, we need to adapt to this. We need to get bigger. We need to get stronger in order to handle the increasing overload, the progressive overload. So you have to marry the intensity and the volume, and the higher the intensity, the less volume you're going to be able to do. And this is what the Maximum Swole program outlines. So, I mean, can you build muscle? Understand that people that like some of these workouts, can you build muscle by doing 100 reps of something? Sure, if you've never worked out before. If you've never done that, it can be a stimulus that might give you some temporary benefits, or it'll give you a sick pump, but that's transient hypertrophy. That's just blood flushing to the muscles to clean out byproducts and oxygen debt and stuff. And then, your body is going to reabsorb that. So the bottom line is you want to be increasing in strength. If you're not increasing in strength, you're not going to be increasing in muscle. You can build some muscle you're not going to build muscle without increasing strength. You're just not. But you can increase strength while minimizing how much muscle. It depends on how you train, right? If you do strength training, because power lifters, a lot of times they want to get stronger relative to their weight. They don't want to move up in a weight class because then they're going to be last place in the weight class. They want to challenge themselves and get maximum motor unit recruitment, work on their form, work on explosivity, fast twitch fibers without packing on tons of extra weight. That way they can, relative strength in their weight class. But again, any effort, and I'm not saying you're guaranteed to hurt yourself and you're not going to get results if you did 3 sets instead of 2 or 2 sets instead of 1, but any extra damage on top of the required stimulus is just fatigue. It's central nervous system fatigue. It's excessive overload. It's wasted energy, and it's unnecessary damage. If you've already created the stimulus, you don't need to continue creating more stimulus. You've created the necessary stimulus. Then you need to repair. The reason is because you're not growing in the gym. You might get a temporary pump for the next hour or so, but you're not growing when you're training. And this is what people don't get. You're going to grow as a result of training, but not when you're training. When you're training, you're creating the stimulus. You're putting stress. You're subjecting your body to stress. So when do you build muscle? When you're sleeping, when you're eating, when you're not in the gym. So by that approach, you need to create the stimulus and then get out to recover. And the more efficiently you recover, the more frequently you can train and the stronger you can grow, et cetera, et cetera. So the growth is happening outside of the gym. So your goal in the gym is to create the stimulus and create the stress required that's going to trigger your body to adapt to become bigger and stronger outside the gym. The more as you go past that required stimulus, you're just causing extra damage and unnecessary central nervous system fatigue. One second, I sent a message. We're talking about air fryers. So again, if you're trying to build muscle, the goal is not the pump. The goal is not the pump. The pump feels great. If you're training hard, you're training intensely, you're going to get a pump. You're going to get a sick fucking pump, but that's not the goal. That's not the goal. You all know that unless you're taking anabolic steroids, you're not pumped up unless when you're in the gym. You're not like, your body's not sending. Like right now, my body is not sending tons of blood to the muscles. There's no need. My parasympathetic nervous system is handling waste. It's a result. I trained already. I did back and a little bit of shoulders and some triceps. My body is repairing and doing the podcast and handling urine and poop and things like that. Housekeeping. So there's no need for my body to be sending tons of blood to my muscles because I'm not using them. I'm not exercising. I'm at a low intensity. I'm at rest. My body is just handling chores right now. So pumps are great. They feel great, but they're not required for growth. Again, it's the stimulus required. If you're not creating, you can be fatigued. You could do tons and tons of sets of sub-maximal effort and cause damage. And if that damage is greater than what your body is used to, your body will try to adapt to it. But at the same time, if you're doing a lot of extra damage, it's harder to recover. In other words, you're more likely to plateau a lot quicker and stay in that plateau without progress longer because you're causing extra damage. You're not recovering enough for subsequent workouts, and you're not creating the proper stimulus. So again, this type of training and that type of protocol is more suited for people that are advanced, more suited for people that have been training for a lot longer, because as you develop, as you get stronger, as you're able to overload your central nervous system more because your muscles are stronger, your form is better, you have more experience, you're able to train more intensely and get more done and do more damage in a shorter period of time. A beginner trainer is not able to do that. So as you get more advanced, you can create, you're skilled in creating more intensity. You can push yourself more to absolute failure because you're able to go through that burn. You've built up that capacity to do it. So the more experienced you are, the less volume you need. So you can keep the intensity much higher and decrease the volume. And you'll break through plateaus that you never thought possible. You'll build strength in ways that you never thought possible. But it's a mind fuck from the classic, doing 16 sets for a body part. But people are doing 16 sets. They're just causing a lot of just fucking damage to the muscles. And a lot of it's wasted because they're not training hard enough for the sets that they're doing. They're not really pushing as much to failure as necessary. And they're just squeezing a dry lemon. Okay, let's take another call. And, oh my God, we're going long. We got to get into some balls deep. Last call. Last call for call.
Hey, what's up, Papa Solio? My name's David. Just wondering, which club do you use? Where can I get that club? I don't see it on your website. I need that shoulder mobility, baby, so I could go back to the fucking gym.
That's cool.
Shoulder injury. Thanks.
Ooh, sorry to hear that. Yeah, geez. I would love, I need to think of I really should have sold clubs on my website. I just didn't want to sell like generic clubs. I could have just done it from China and just got like, bullshit fucking clubs. But you can go on Amazon. I have it in my Amazon store. Do I? Or you can go to Onnit. No sponsorship, but those are the clubs I use. There's different clubs, the steel clubs. Sometimes the thicker handle, different, but it's good to be with one company. That way you can get all of them in a set. But you can go to Onnit. They make good clubs. Or you can just get any kind of steel club online. But it's usually good if you have something that's consistent. That way when you get the next club up, the handle's the same or the torque is similar. It's a progression. If you want wood clubs, yeah, Body, Mind, Fit, Peter over there in the UK, but those are much more expensive and they're more specific. But the real art of Indian clubs and Persian meals and even like wood maces, wood is completely different. It's completely different. So obviously a steel club that's 5 pounds will be small because it's steel, it's dense. But a 5 pound wood club would be much larger. So the torque is different because the lever arm and they're absolutely worth it. They're beautiful. So there's a lot of different ways. Depends on what you're looking to spend and what you're looking to get into. But if you really want a much more true swing, I would look into some wood clubs. And it's an investment. It's an investment. But if you take care of them, they'll last you a lifetime. It's just fucking wood. And yeah, when you change climates, like mine kind of, they crack a little bit, they split. You put some super glue on or some wood glue and patch it up, like they're fine. It's just wood. And they can literally last forever. It's just a piece of wood. Just take care of it. All right, fam, let's get into balls deep. We got to keep on moving because we have overtime to get into.
That's deep.
All right, don't forget, we got OT coming up in just a moment. We got overtime coming up just a moment. We have overtime coming up in just a moment. Come on, what movie is that from? Everyone knows. I'm not going to do it again because it's annoying. Come on. Come on. Who's got the movie? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No? No one yet? All right. Let's get a couple of videos. Let's see what we got here. Let's do a short one first. Do we have a short one? That one's really long. We'll do that one. Maybe do one or two. Let's do this one. This is called anti-fat bias. Oof. Anti-fat bias. Here we go. Office Space. There you go, Frank. Here we go.
If you ever hear someone talk about anti-fat bias or fat phobia, and you're like, what? That doesn't exist. That's not a real thing in America now. This is what it looks like the vast majority of the time.
Okay, let me stop you right there. So he's responding to a comment that says, me personally would want to be as fit and healthy as possible to be alive long enough to watch my grandkids grow up. That's not fat phobia. That's not anti-fat bias. That's just reality. Can someone tell me where the morbidly obese 70 and 80-year-olds are? You don't see them. You know why? They're dead. Or they can't fucking move. That's where they are. Let's continue.
Societal, culturally ingrained belief that fat people are just going to drop dead at some point.
They often do. It's called heart attacks, cancer, diabetes, or they can't drop dead because they're already sitting down or lying down or they had their legs amputated. So, yeah, I'm not saying they're going to drop dead when they're 30 or 40, but it ain't going to look pretty when you're 50 or 60 and obese. Jesus fucking Christ. This guy has got a rude awakening coming.
I thought it when I was a kid. All of media and people were like, oh, if you're fat, you're just going to die young.
Most do, you fool.
I'm almost 40. I'm showing no signs of stopping.
All right, I'm going to stop you right there. He's almost 40. Okay? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm not saying this to make fun of this dude. He's doing it himself. He's not doing himself any favors. How good does he look? You could tell he's obese. I mean, I'm cutting off the screen, but he's wide. It looks like he's got some man tatters too. He's almost 40. Wow, you look great for 40, dude. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Looking good for 40? And I'm showing no signs of stopping. Okay, just saying, this is not like an ego thing. I'm just saying, it's June. In 2 months, I'm going to be literally, he's almost 40. I'm literally, might as well call myself 40. I'm 40 in 2 months. I'm fucking 40 in 2 months, baby. Come on. Yeah. Okay. So there's that. There's that. Yeah, you're showing no signs of stopping.
40. I'm showing no signs of stopping. People drop dead, unfortunately, young, due to any number of reasons.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on science.
People drop dead young for any number of reasons. What are some of those reasons, fam? Yeah, and recently too, quite often. For any number of reasons. People just drop dead young for any fucking reason. How many boosters do you think this guy has?
Often. And not always because they're fat. This is garbage. This is anti-fat bias.
No, it's actually fact. In reality, you don't have to like it because you don't want to go to the gym, bruh. Come on.
Learn to see it. Please stop doing it.
No. I'm actually proud. I'm actually proud if I say something that offends you. If your feelings are hurt by something I said, that'll give me some pleasure, to be honest. Especially if you're going to be posting that kind of garbage on the internet. Okay, anyone? This guy's like, I'm almost 40 and I'm showing no signs of stopping. Bro, can you imagine what that dude, like walking up a flight of stairs? That's not going to be pretty, dude. Come on, man. Come on, dude. Seriously. I'm almost 40 and I'm showing no signs of stopping. That guy does not look healthy in the slightest. And I'm not saying that to be mean to him, but God, if you're going to talk about your health or your age like a flex, you got to look the fucking part, man. All right. Fit phobia is real. Fit phobia is real, right? You don't want to go out drinking, or you don't want to eat chips and salsa or drink beer with like some people that you know from work, or have a piece of cake at someone's kid's birthday party. Oh my God, you don't? Oh, yeah. They're fit phobic. They don't want to take care of their health. They don't want to get healthy. They don't want to be healthy. Okay, that's on them. They don't want to be healthy. Well, fuck off then. They don't want to be healthy. All right, this one is a little bit long. We're going to do this one, and then we're going to do a throwback, and then we're going to go into overtime. Who's ready for some OT? Who's ready for driving while gaining? I know you are. This is called Overweight Children, and this is a response to, God, TikTok is such a fucking cesspool. This is a response to a comment. It says, because overweight children aren't healthy as an average child is. I guess she doesn't like it, and her ad is the jock scientist. We got to stop using the term science for stupid shit. Like, if it's just dumb, if it's your opinion, it's not science.
What's interesting is that I agree
Jesus
with you,
Christ.
but not on the metrics we are using to define healthy. Because when you say healthy in regards to an overweight child, you mean their body size. I mean their mental health and development. See, because overweight children are at high risk of weight-based stigma, or as you might call it, bullying. And that bullying is not just from their peers or weirdos on the internet. It's also from teachers, authority figures, doctors, parents, and family.
Am I one of those weirdos online? Yeah. Bullying is not good, but it can be in context. I'm not saying we should encourage bullying, but people need to have some more shame. People should be, people need to have more shame for not investing in themselves. That's a cultural thing. That's a societal thing. You should be, and this is what happens when you're trying to deconstruct a society that really was founded upon meritocracy and bettering oneself and, quote, the American dream, whatever you want to call it. But meritocracy, you want to do better. No 8th place trophies. When you start trying to normalize the outcomes, equal outcome, that's the problem. That's the problem. So someone's doing better than you. Everyone starts from a different place, but your outcome is determined and your progress is determined by your efforts, determined by what you put in.
And I don't know if you know this, but there are a lot of negative health outcomes from constant exposure to psychological stress.
Good. So let's reinforce people and their ability to handle psychological stress better. Let's not medicate them. Let's not feed them garbage food. Let's get them exercising and getting some more sunlight. Just understand this. And I'm not saying it's the easiest thing, but psychological stress is your concern, right? It's you as the individual. You can manage psychological stress. You can manage it. You have to work hard at it, but you can manage it. A lot of people are under psychological stress because they don't eat well. They don't get good sleep. They don't exercise. They have no outlets. They don't take care of any of these 7 pillars. They don't take care of anything. So you're going to have more psychological stress because you're, blah, blah, blah. And you can talk about trauma. There's always outliers, and a lot of people have trauma, but it's also how you react to that trauma and how you handle it. Do you carry it around with you? Do you carry around every bad decision and just beat yourself up? Do you just, get yourself anxious and stressed out unnecessarily?
These children that you are talking about are at higher risk of depression, eating disorders, anxiety, poor social and academic performance, memory loss, low physical activity because of that anxiety.
Low physical activity because of that anxiety and stress about their body size? You're fucking retarded. That's stupid. Eating disorders, anxiety, ready for this? So people are at risk of depression, eating disorders, anxiety. Everyone's at risk for these things. Some people have a higher risk than others. Poor social and academic performance, memory loss, low physical activity because of that anxiety. No, how about because you're not exercising, eating right, getting sunlight, doing all these things, you have higher anxiety. You have low physical activity. You have memory loss. You're not good in social and academic situations. You're suffering from depression. It's because you're not taking care of your health that all these things are more amplified. It's a vicious circle.
Anxiety, poor social and academic performance, memory loss, low physical activity because of that anxiety and stress about their body size, and then guess what? Weight gain.
Yeah,
they're at more risk of that than type 2 diabetes.
What?
Those kids deserve a normal childhood just like their thin peers.
What? None of that made sense. None of that made sense.
What you just said
that
is
one of
the
worst
most
videos I've ever
insanely
watched.
idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Oh, Churchy.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Churchy, show everyone your belly. Everyone needs something cute. You want to see something cute? Show them your belly. Show them your little pink belly. Give them a little, let's get a fan belly rub. Oh, there we go. Give them belly rubs. Everyone wants to see your cute little belly. Oh, see? Now it's all better. Now it's all better. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okie dokie. That was ridiculous. Let's do a throwback and then we're going to go into overtime. Here we go. Damn. It's her? Ah, Jesus Christ. All right, well, let's do it anyway. Here we go.
What's in the box?
I just wanted to talk about...
Shut the fuck up!
Some beef I have. The fact that so many super thin, skinny, conventionally attractive people...
Conventionally, is that what we're calling it? Conventionally attractive? You mean attractive?
...are using the hashtag body positivity and have been commandeering the movement.
You're making shit up.
It was a movement created to liberate fat people.
No, it wasn't.
What are you, fucking stupid?
Let me educate you. Body positivity is for people that are missing limbs, that are burn victims. The fat people hijack body positivity.
He stole it from me, honey.
It's like a lived experience hashtag. She's jealous because she's not getting as much attention because thin people are hijacking it. Then just make another hashtag. All right. And again, you know, this podcast is not to make fun of individual people. They make fun of themselves. They're mocking themselves. All we're trying to get across is you need to not be a victim. Take care of your health. Work harder at improving yourself. You can do it. You can do tremendously better. They just haven't done it properly. They haven't eaten quality foods and got rid of all these estrogenics in their environment and get off their fucking cell phones and social media and start educating and reading and taking care of their health. They're looking for an easier way out, and there isn't. You have to challenge yourself. You have to overcome difficult things. And when you live in a country, in a society, fortunately enough, we don't have a lot of difficult things we have to overcome. Now, everyone's different. You might have a lot of stresses, and you're busy, and you're running around, and you might have a physical job, and you might have family, you know, deaths in the family and things like that, and sicknesses, and, you know, life is life. It's not going to be easy, but we have it much easier than anyone has ever had it throughout history. And it doesn't mean you're not going to have low periods, but it just means that you need to, like, we adapt, right? In the gym, you build muscle by overcoming stress. And you find purpose and meaning by subjecting yourself to stress and overcoming it and challenging yourself and coming out the other side better and stronger. If you have things way too easy, you get this aimless, hopeless, just worthless existence. You can't just fucking float. You can't just, there's something fundamental that the brain and the body just start looking for, like frustration, anger, and projection, because you don't have any of these outlets. You're not doing what you're supposed to do as a human being. So it comes into all these like different your brain like splits open and has psychoses and starts othering different tribes and people and ideologies. And you just get this, because you have it so fucking easy, you just turn into this aggressive. It's passive aggressive, the victimhood. It's just, you project all this self-frustration outwards onto other people through irrational things like fat phobia and fucking weird hashtags and shit. It's neat, and it's easy because you can have these challenges, right? These mental challenges and these things to overcome on your fucking phone. You don't actually have to do anything physically challenging. You could just sit there on fucking Twitter and TikTok and just make stupid fucking videos. Okay, we got overtime coming up. It's time for the Swole card first. Here we go. So fam, head on into the Daily Swole Telegram chat. And we got overtime starting in just a few moments. But first, let's give away the Swole card. If you're a member or you're a new member, you could join swolenormousx.com. Right there on your homepage, you'll see the Daily Swole Telegram chat. And that's where we are streaming the overtime segment. Here we go, Falcon. Give us some faff. Give me that faff. Give me that faff. Who's got a faff? Faff me. Faffy. Brandon C. Congratulations. All right, Brandon, BRANDENC. Congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 2590 in the subject. Your mailing address in the body of the email will send you this Swole card. Excellent. Well done, good sir. Lady Hawk says, let's go, Brandon.
Come on, man.
Good one.
I got hairy legs.
Yes, you do. I would be surprised if an 80-year-old man didn't have hairy legs. But, you know, 'tis what it is.
Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth. $1.4 trillion worth. Out of $1,400,000,000.
Oh, the tainty man. Oh, yeah. Oh, tainty man. Tainty boy, you're my tainty man. I love you, tainty boy. Rufus, tainty boy, tainty man. Tainty boy. Come on now. I got it out just in time. You know how we do. Coast to coast. Fucking nailed it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The Daily Swole. Everyone, fam, thanks for being here. We got, wait a second, wait a tick. Oh, finish it. I gotta go red. Daddy's gotta go red. Daddy's gotta go red. Fam, let's get this overtime sidebar up. It is going down. Overtime's going down right now. The Daily Swole Telegram chat. Join us, swolenormousx.com. Thank you so much for being here. Fam-wise, we'll see you tomorrow for Swole Slut Saturday. Right now, we got to go and check out a brand new Driving While Gaining and some new balls deep edits. I'm super stoked. Thanks for being here. We will see you tomorrow. But right now, overtime is starting in 3, 2, schwam. Thanks for being here. OT. OT. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. We start in 2 minutes. Your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.